Yeah, we should.
Okay, with
Scott.
Diana Matlak, really interesting film from Poland, setting boundaries, and it's an experimental film. It's 5 minutes long, and you're the writer. You're also the star of the film as well, and it's in the title. It's a film about setting boundaries, correct?
Yes, yes. The title spoiled everything, but no, but yes, it is. It is about setting boundaries, and yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it.
No problem. So the film starts in a kind of a really cool way. It's black and white, and then there's five of you kind of looking at each other, and basically, I'm going to ask you right off the bat, how did you pull that? How did you do that sequence in the beginning of the film where
Okay,
you're kind of looking? Go ahead.
right. I hope my friend Iza Pajak, who's a director and also an editor and a cinematographer of this film, she'll be able to join us because she would actually, it was her idea. She came up with this idea. It's based actually on the self-portrait of this Polish artist. His name is Witkacy, Stanisław Ignacy Witkiewicz, nickname Witkacy, and he made a self-portrait of himself, basically, while using two mirrors and putting them like that, 90 degrees, like together in front of him, and that created this illusion of having four other people staring at him. And so it's pretty amazing. And so actually, Iza, the director, she had this idea. She said that would be awesome to do it like that. After I showed her what I wrote, after I showed her the piece I had in mind, and she said, yeah, I think that would be perfect. And I agreed. And so, yeah, I'm very happy that it turned out the way it turned out. But yeah, it was totally her idea. And we just did it together. I went to a store, I remember, to get those two big mirrors. And then we shot everything on one location, of course. So we put them on the table, and it created this illusion of having like four other characters staring at the fifth one in a way. So yeah, it was cool. I'm very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. It's really well. It's a kind of a metaphor of you, right? Like there's five versions of you. One's kind of staring off, runs staring into space, and then there's like four kind of versions of like coming after
Right.
you. And it's a film about boundaries, right? So it's up to you
Yeah.
how to set the boundaries with others, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's this is totally up to me, but I feel like what's wonderful about this idea of having those two mirrors that created the additional characters is to show the struggle between this main character and almost like her alter egos. Like it's everything that's in her head, but we can see those characters. So it's almost like they staring at the main character, and they looking at her. They almost like attacking her.
Yeah.
It's almost like self-sabotage going on all the time. And yeah, I think that image totally helped the story, I think. Yeah.
We also have different versions of ourselves that we communicate with others, right?
Exactly. I think what's really interesting about this is that I feel like as many people as, are on this earth, everyone can see it differently after watching this movie, because some people can think one way and this way is great, right? And then other people can interpret, this movie in a different way. So I think you're totally right. It's like, it's us fighting against ourselves, or us fighting against our thoughts, but it's all connected. So yeah, it was really a cool idea. So I'm very happy about that.
And then you also like the phone is like the other kind of like the other character in the film, where now
Yeah.
21st century communication, where like the phone is always near us, and it's always like getting a text or a call
Yes.
from somebody, like yeah, exactly.
So
So
funny.
it's like so like we're kind of consumed by it, right? And then sometimes you get texts from family members or like friends that we don't want to hear, and they cause anxiety for us. It's all there's it's like it's something that we all deal with, or most of us deal with, and the smart ones don't have the smartphone, but basically it's another way of boundaries, right? Like setting those boundaries.
Yeah, 100%. You're totally right. I feel like I think I'm addicted to my phone, I have to say, even though I don't spend so much time, but it's because of, work and everything is connected to this
Yeah,
device. So you're right. And also it's like an additional character in the film because whenever she's on the phone having this conversation, then she's in a way weak. This character is weak because she's obviously struggling with setting those boundaries. But then as soon as she's not talking, she of course has more courage to like be herself. And then she's using the phone as if she's talking to whoever she's talking to, right? And then she's more herself. So, but you're right. I even in my personal life, I sometimes like talk to myself, maybe not necessarily, well, maybe also to my phone, I'm not sure, but like I talk to myself a lot actually. So so sometimes what I did, like when I was rehearsing for like certain scenes, when it was COVID, actually it was funny because everyone was wearing masks. So when I was rehearsing for an audition or something, I was just talking to myself while walking my dog, and no one saw my lips. So now what I'm doing sometimes when I'm walking or like when I'm out and I am rehearsing, I just pretend that I'm on the phone.
oh, smart. Yeah.
And then no one knows. But no, you're right. Yeah, a phone has a very important role in this film as an additional character, so to say. Yeah, as well.
100%. So when did this idea come for you? Like, and obviously I'm assuming you wanted to star in it as well, but when do you remember where you were when this kind
Yeah,
of idea popped in your brain?
yeah, I totally remember because I had COVID and it was in 2021 in December. So it was, this first year, remember? I mean, the second year, but still we had to quarantine for like 10 days, which was awful. So I had to stay in my apartment for like, in my room for like 10 days. And it was really hard for me because I always like to go out and, do things. So after that, I felt really the need to create something. I mean, I felt fine after those 10 days, but like, I just wanted to do something. I missed being creative, and this COVID thing made me feel so like helpless. And yeah, I've been wanting to do something like a short and something about boundaries, I guess, because I've been dealing with like um I've been struggling with setting boundaries my entire life, actually. So this is very personal to me. And I was a huge people pleaser the entire life. And even to this day, I still like have to work on that. So because that was so close to my heart, I felt like I needed in a way to do it for myself. And also I think that maybe hopefully for other people, because I think that nowadays a lot of people still struggle with setting boundaries because we want to be accepted and loved by others. So many times we just forget about ourselves and what we want, about our needs, and then we lose ourselves in the pursuit of success and acceptance. So yeah, so I just felt like it might be good to kind of like um talk about this
Mhm.
in form of a film, and also um tell a story which is actually very easy because it's only the main character being on the phone. And actually we have 3 phone calls in the entire film, but it's important because those phone calls, they seem easy, but like for someone who is struggling with setting boundaries, it can be hard to tell a person, whoever it might be, that no, I won't be able to do that because this and that, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. And actually I wanted to do it on a phone because it was easier to like film it because of COVID and everything. I was right after COVID, so I actually felt like, okay, it would be easier just to film it with me only, so I don't have to worry about like COVID
Yeah.
and other people. But yeah, so that's how the idea came to me. But it was, yeah, after COVID in December 2021, and then in 2022 we shot it in Poland with my friend.
And the interesting thing about the film is it's about boundaries, but you're the only person in the film. So it's all about like the individual, like setting the boundaries. Like it's like, you
Right.
know what I'm trying, you know what I mean? Like it's like there's no conflict with the others in the film. It's just a conflict with yourself.
Right, right. I mean, exactly. But I feel like, well, hopefully, because we made a choice, and it was a conscious choice not to hear what the other person on the phone is
Yeah,
talking about, because
yeah,
of course that means we would have, put more work and everything. So this version was also easier in a way, but also I felt like it's not that important to know exactly what the other person on the other side of the phone is talking
yeah,
about, because hopefully we can see it, the audience can see it through what's happening on the screen, through the main character's journey. Because I feel like many times, there was no conflict like between two people unless there was a big conflict many times. Because I know it from like, you know, my own life. Many times we just say yes, 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 everything is great, everyone's happy, but not really. So then most of the times we have this internal struggle, right, with just like within ourselves. And I felt like this was even more important to show how many times, like even the simplest phone call can be a huge deal um, for a lot of us. And yeah, I wanted to basically show that setting boundaries is not as easy. And I wish maybe we learned that at school, how to communicate properly. But I
yeah.
guess everyone's trying to figure that out. Um, so yeah, so that's why I just decided to do it like in a very simple way. I was hoping it's not gonna be, too boring because it's just one
No,
person.
it's fascinating. So I think your director is here, and I think someone in the
Hello.
background's making a
Ah,
cameo.
hey.
Is that your
Hi, hi.
son or daughter in the background?
Sorry, guys. I'm on my way to holidays. But
Okay,
I,
hi, Lisa.
hi, Diana. How are you?
So Isa,
Good.
when did you first meet Diana? When did you guys first meet each other?
It's a very funny story because we know each other from very, very long time because we used to ski together in my home city, Bielsko-Biała. So we know each other from being a kids. But then we met after, I think, 20 years, Diana, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 20
Yeah,
years because we were together in a ski club. And after I didn't even know that
yeah.
Isa like was an editor, I didn't know that. And then I remember I had a dream. I was thinking, who's gonna edit my film? And then I had a dream, and in this dream, it's so weird. You like actually popped out, and I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about Isa. And then I contacted you. Remember.
And I know from Internet Movie Database about Diana. I said, "Wow, Diana is in Polish. Diana is doing such wonderful things, like you know, being actress in very, very huge productions." And I said, "Wow, that's cool." I was an amateur, I think 16 years. I finished film school, and I also directing sometimes some short movies. So when I showed her first version, yeah, it
Yeah.
was like this. Then I realized that wow, this is so cool, but we need to change a little bit of the scenery maybe.
So it
Yeah, can I
looked,
say something? Can I
yeah.
say something what Isa means? Because first I
Yes.
shot I shot this film actually on my own, and I was thinking, oh, let me just do it in a cheap way, using my iPhone.
Okay.
I don't want to like just like something, easy. And then I sent it to Isa, like asking her, hey, can you just take a look and maybe you can edit it better? And then she was the one who said, yeah, I like it, but let's do it again from the top. And that's why she told me she had this idea about using those two mirrors, because we already talked, Isa, about the self-portrait of Wicht
M-
Katz. It was totally her
Of
idea.
the big cuts, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so thanks to her, she said also it's gonna be black and white. So we did it again. Yeah.
Yes. But it happened because I heard after watching your movie, I was like, wow, it's like there is a dialogue between the person and her thoughts. It's like a inner dialogue, yeah. This is what you call it. And then it was like my first thought that it reminded me of Witkatzy and this the portrait of many faces, which is very, very well known piece of art by Witkatzy. And it was my first connection, like when Diana showed me that first cut, that first version. I said, yeah, we have to do it like Witkatzy, the portrait of many.
And Diana, you trusted her? You trusted what Iza was saying?
Yeah, because like you need to trust people. Otherwise, like I'm not a director. So of course she said, let's do it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And Iza graduated from a very well-known Polish Film Academy in Łódź. So I'm like, of course, I will trust her. So no, 100%. I wrote it and I didn't really think, how are we gonna, shoot it? Like I just wanted something that will tell a story as good as possible. So then when Iza said, hey, I have this cool idea, of course I trusted her, yes. And I'm very happy with how it turned out.
I'm also very happy. I'm also very happy.
And then you just reshot it and then basically kind of reformatted the whole piece.
We reshot it in Poland, the entire thing, and then yeah, that's how we did it. And it was black and white, also Iza's idea. And so yeah, I think it helped, the story, because it's very like, I hope it's easy to focus because it's like black and white, very clear, and right. So yeah, thank you, Iza.
And
then did Iza, you edited the film as well?
Sorry?
Did I edit the movie?
Yeah.
It was me that edited, because this is my main profession. I finished the Łódź Film Academy. It was the montage editing classes for 5 years. So I'm like have master degree of editing. So of course I was editing it. This is a very nice connection to be an editor and director at the same time, because you know exactly what you want to shoot, because you're shooting and you're editing in your head at the same time. And as an editor, I know what I need, so I do not have any spare materials. I know exactly what to shoot, and that's the really good skill to have. Even if, as I'm working many times with directors and I have like tons of materials, like you know.
Yeah, it's a different type of editing, right? Where when you're editing, you're kind of piecing the story from other. So okay, so the film's got made. It's 5 minutes. It's perfectly timed, perfectly. It's just a really nice, solid experimental film. And then Diana, your goal was to submit to like festivals like ourselves, like us, and like kind of get it out there. Has it played in Poland yet?
No, not yet. I mean, to be honest, I just want to say something really quickly, because I was hoping another friend, the sound mixer and editor, will be here, but she's working, so she couldn't. And I asked her, what would you like me to say? And she said, yeah, if you can briefly talk about post-production, because it's really interesting how we did the voiceover for the entire movie, actually. Yeah, because
you did the ADR, you did the film over again. Yeah.
Because we felt like, even though with Iza we did a great job, but I felt like the sound can, I didn't pay so much attention to, the sound, right, Iza? Remember, like right? So we were concentrating on like acting, directing, and because we were just two of us.
Yes, that's true.
It was just two of us. So
that's cool.
Right. So then I was thinking, you know what? Let me just do it again, because I wanted to, add those voices, and then we did the entire thing all over, like the voiceover. So that was also a very interesting and challenging experience to do it again. And then she wanted me to talk about it because we had so much fun, and it's like a totally different journey after that. But yeah, to answer your question, I honestly was struggling with like, what is it? Like I didn't know, I know it's dramatic, it's a dramatic piece, but I didn't know like exactly what festival should I look for, because it's, it's like short, but then it's like very artsy. And so then I finally realized, oh, there is this category. I didn't even, I just didn't even remember, didn't think about experimental. And I said, it's perfect. So then I submitted. And so thank you for selecting. I'm very happy.
Yeah, well, it's pure, it's a pure kind of artistic experimental film. So 100%. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
thank
you
you.
basically had to redo the sound again, and yeah, it is a really nice sound design. So
Yeah.
that they kind of just did the whole thing. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you for mentioning that, because it's like I was because you're right. It's like it's such a part of the process, and they did a fantastic job. So work with them. Make sure you work with them again.
Well, I love this group of people,
Yeah.
mainly women, but like of course we had also some guys as well, additional editors. No, but it's not on purpose. It just like
Yeah.
happened that way.
Yeah.
But I really love working with all of them. And with Iza, it was amazing. And then with Agata, the sound mixer and editor, I actually went on IMDb Pro, and I went on Iza's website on IMDb Pro, and I was looking at projects, and I was like, oh, she worked with this person. Let me contact this person, right? So then
Gotcha.
then
That's
I
smart.
so then I contact, because I knew Iza is good, right? So then I contacted Agata, and we had a brief phone call conversation. And I looked her up. She's very professional, and she's working a lot on like great projects. So yeah, we kind of bonded, and she wanted to, jump in and help. And so, yeah. And then after that, when I was looking for a composer, someone who will do the music, then actually Agata, which is the sound editor, she recommended me this girl. So everything is kind of connected.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that's perfect.
That is
Yeah.
terrific. So
Perfect
you're already a
connection.
producer. You're already a smart producer. That's what you did. So
Well, I was trying. It was really challenging. So I admire all the producers. It's a really tough job, because it's not easy, but at the same time, we all like, I feel like, yeah, it's a teamwork. So everyone was just great, and I'm very happy. Thank you, Iza, as well.
Thank you, thank you.
so before
Yeah, me too, of
what did
course.
you guys think about the audience? We sent the North American audience to you. What did you think of what they had to say about your film?
Excuse me, can you say it again?
The audience feedback video that we send you. We send the audience to you in the feedback video. What did you think what they had to say about your film?
Oh my gosh. I was like actually so excited because I don't know how other people feel about like their projects, but like first of all, I was just excited that someone selected my film, our film, and then I was excited that someone watched it. And I'm excited that, about everything. So the reviews were amazing, and very grateful for all of them. Sometimes it makes you realize, oh, I didn't think about that aspect. And this, person said this and made me think about something else, which is great because it's art. So yeah, I was very humbled actually. It was great. It was a very good experience. Yeah, for sure.
Isa, do you think want anything to add? No?
Excuse me.
Anything to
Um,
add or no?
I cannot hear you very well. Can you
Are you
repeat?
saying anything to add to what she said?
Well, I cannot say nothing about this because I didn't have opportunity to
Oh,
read,
gotcha.
but I will shortly do it after our conversation.
No problem. Well,
Sorry.
fantastic film. It's like I love experimental, and you guys made a fantastic one. Really strong themes, like about boundaries. Like I said, we don't talk about it enough, and everybody. I believe life is about what boundaries and expectations. The expectations you have in a realistic way for yourself, and the boundaries that you share to others, and what you allow for yourself as well. That's always been my ideology. So watching your film kind of like was amazing to me. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic and really artistic. And you guys made something very like simple, but it was very like you made like you gave it a lot of texture to the with like we talked about in the beginning of the podcast with the 5 faces and the 5 faces of Deanna, right? So
Yeah. Great to hear it. I think the one thing that I want to add, maybe it's that it's very cool that this movie is simple, because when something is simple but not too simple,
Yeah,
it's the best way of showing things. And also, I think that a lot of us has this thought, like
yeah,
this inner dialogue all the time, and it's cool
yeah,
that Diana had such a great idea to picture it, and
yeah.
I really love this.
And what I mean by
Our
that is that you're just in one room and you basically, and you're acting, you're on the phone, but you're really acting with yourself. And look what you did.
Yes.
Look what you
Yeah.
can do with the great idea and when executed by Isa really well, right? So it's kind of fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
cool that we were shooting in one room.
Yeah, I know it's amazing.
It was,
And look what you did.
yeah.
So it's and then the whole
The
world.
studio was the room of my brother. But
Yeah.
yeah, we really
No,
have a good lighting, I think, and this mirror thing, like this, the closure also of this world. This is amazing also about the mirrors, that we have the such a close, space.
Yeah.
no,
Close
100%.
one.
And if I can add something
Yep.
to what you were saying, Isa, that because it was one location and I was sitting the entire time, and Isa was telling me just try not to move too much, because of course because if I move too much, we would lose the four
Position.
faces,
Yeah.
the
In
four,
position.
right, exactly, the position, the four faces, the reflections in the mirror, right? So that actually helped me to to act, to perform, because I felt like this character is so like almost like almost like in a prison of like her own thoughts, because
Yeah.
I was just like
Yeah.
by myself, not barely even moving, but like everything was like cooking inside. So that was great. Thank you for that, Isa.
All right. Well, let's talk
Yeah.
again when you guys make your next film and keep making movies. And this is fantastic. So congratulations, Deanna. You're a producer, full-fledged producer, and you're also a very excellent actor as well. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Matthew, so much for having us. And thank you for taking the time
yeah.
for selecting our movie. We appreciate it a lot.
And Isa, thanks for
A lot.
jumping in on your vacation. I appreciate it.
Yes, we are somewhere in Austria right now.
Well, enjoy
But
the
it
rest
was
of your
very
vacation.
cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was
All right.
very nice to